do that are a major turnoff to women. What's a high-value man, you ask? Well, he's a rare breed. Someone with character, charm, and that special quality that makes you want them nearby no matter the circumstances. So if you want to be the type of guy that your lady can't get enough of, ditch these bad habits like a Friday class during senior year and start maximizing your value and attractiveness. Figuring out how to be more attractive is as much about knowing what to never do as it is what to do. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Number 5, bummin'.
Alright guys, I know it's easy when football season rolls around to live in that jersey 24/7. Let your beer get to playoff length in October and craft a physique with nothing but light beer and nachos. But don't. There's nothing wrong with loving your team or enjoying an oat soda here and there, but a few months of bumming it can be disastrous for your health and your attractiveness. Turns out science has our back here. Guess what facial expression was found to be the most attractive? Did you guess proud? Well, if so, you win the grand prize. A study from the University of British Columbia found that men who express pride were rated the most attractive, and another study found men who look important are like universal remotes. They turn everything on. So ditch the team apparel and find something a little more personal to be proud of. The only guy who looks important in a Drew Brees jersey is Drew Brees, for Brees' sake.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Yeah, a little thing like posture, a little haircut, getting rid of that neck beard, and taking care of your teeth all project attractiveness without a single utterance. So you don't have to look like royalty to be high value, but you should always carry yourself in public like a grown man with something to be proud of. Knowing when to be a bum and when to showcase your value is one of your best tricks to get girls to chase you.
Number 4, painful pickup lines. Remember a while back when shows like The Pickup Artist were all the rage? Flirting was all about being a douche and hoping girls find it charming. Trust me, it was not a fun time for girls. High-value men know that pickup lines are best used as jokes, not as serious attempts to meet women. And they know that cringeworthy pickup lines make you look more desperate than confident to the person that you're flirting with. Again, remember importance and pride. Women are much more likely to be turned on if you approach them like a well-adjusted adult that they can imagine spending time with. Not to say that lines never work, but here at Mantelligence, we're about increasing the odds that you make a girl crazy for you, and a pickup line is much too hit or miss. So if you want to move beyond the initial conversation to a date or two, ditch the cheeseball lines and go with a direct, personal approach. Number 3, nice guy neurosis. Nice guys, alpha males, high-value men, what does it all mean? Well, no man falls neatly into one category, partly because these categories mean something different to everyone. But suffice it to say, if you're playing the role of the nice guy, you're going to find yourself setting up permanent residence in the friend zone. Now, that doesn't mean you can't legitimately be a nice person. We're not recommending you act like an ass. Just be strong, confident, and assertive, as opposed to a passive, people-pleasing pushover. There's a huge difference between being a genuinely nice guy who offers to help a friend move and Mr. Nice Guy who will say yes to anything. A difference that's definitely worth understanding. Studies have shown that guys who are altruistic, that throw down the occasional selfless act, are having more, not less, sex. So if all the talk of don't be the nice guy and unleash your alpha is too overwhelming, just remember, high-value men value themselves, their time, and those they care about. Be that guy.
So guys, I know you're smack dab in the middle of crossing negative behaviors off your list, but before you go full saintly, there's one thing high-value guys do that actually runs the risk of turning women off, but that is so important you should still keep it in your back pocket. Now, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I'll explain everything at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Now, on to number 2 on our list.
Number 2, me monster.
There is nothing more boorish than someone who will not shut up about themselves. You know who wouldn't shut up about how great he was? Voldemort. And that guy sucked. Not a high-value guy at all. I mean, he got Bellatrix, but she sucked too. But he didn't even have a nose. High-value guys know the value of silence. They know when to shut up and when to listen, and when to jump in with a relevant anecdote, as opposed to some flimsy excuse to draw attention to yourself. There are a lot of reasons people talk endlessly about themselves, but a lot of those reasons boil down to anxiety or lack of confidence. It's like when you go to a website and 3 banners, 2 pop-ups, and an autoplay video all ask you to join their mailing list. That need for attention is a huge turnoff, not only online, but in real life. So if you're hanging out with your crush and you realize the word I keeps bursting out of your mouth, you caught yourself doing one of the biggest unattractive things guys don't know they do. Take a step back and focus your words on other people. Ask them questions to get them talking, or talk about something other than yourself that they might be interested in. High-value men are confident in their skin, know their self-worth, and appreciate the value in making sure the other person in the conversation is enjoying themselves. After all, if you can listen and then make a woman laugh, you're golden.
Number 1, throw shade. High value men don't gossip. They don't. They don't have a reason to. There's no value in it, and they know it's unattractive. I mean, think about it, guys. Your mother told you this one when you were a kid. If you can't say something nice, then what? Altogether, don't say anything at all. That's right. Now, couple this with the fact that if you're talking smack about someone behind their back to your crush, then in addition to being turned off, she'll immediately start wondering what kinds of things you say about her behind her back. So you're really shooting yourself in both feet by talking crap about people. Instead, high-value men take their issues directly to the people they concern. And if they do have to get something off their chest, it's not for the purpose of tearing someone down. It's for solving problems and getting to the root of an issue. Directness and honesty are not only attractive qualities, they're also virtuous. All right, the number one thing high-value men do that might turn women off.
Guys, we've spent a lot of time covering the behaviors that high-value guys don't do, but this one is just the opposite. Full disclosure, it may be one of the reasons girls think you're unattractive. But hear me out. High-value men need to keep hanging out with guys. Period. And yeah, there's a good chance that a high-value man may not have exclusively high-value friends. Look at any group of friends, and there's at least a few that are problematic. But that doesn't mean a high-value guy should ditch his crew just because he may be turning off the woman he's seeing. Why, you ask? Because independence and camaraderie are traits a high-value man takes very seriously. See, it happens all too often that a relationship takes off and a guy's friends go by the wayside. This ends up breeding resentment and jealousy, two emotions that are poisonous to any healthy relationship. So as you become a high-value man, remember the guys that came along for the ride, even if it means risking a turnoff.
So there you have it. 5 things high-value men never do to turn off women, and the one time you should definitely gamble on turning a woman off. Remember, it's a test. Thanks for watching.